For months, Nigerians have watched the drama between Yul Edochie, his wife May, and his new wife Judy Austin play out like a Nollywood movie. But beyond the headlines and Facebook rants, there's a question nobody really answers. Why did Yul betray May so publicly? And why did May endure it for so long? Today, let's go behind closed doors and look at the hidden truth most people don't talk about. We are not here to talk about the scandal. We are not here to talk about the dirty gist. We are here to analyze the psychology behind the actions of Yul Edochie, his wife May Edochie, and the second wife Judy Austin. The scandal truly went public in April 2022. On April 27, 2022, Yul Edochie shocked Nigerians when he posted a photo of Judy Austin and their newborn son on Instagram, calling him his son with his second wife in quote. It wasn't a rumor, it wasn't a leak. Yul himself made the announcement. Yul was forced to make the announcement because Gist Lover was just hours from posting the story. Yul felt he had no choice but to make the public announcement. May's response came quickly and powerfully. She went under that same post and commented, "May God judge you both." A short, sharp sentence, but it spoke volumes. Even with this public betrayal, May did not run to court immediately. Instead, a few weeks later, she made a longer Instagram post addressing the situation. She said, "My family and faith absolutely do not practice polygamy, although it works for some people." And then she added, "Forgiveness is the highest form of love. For me, there is no love without forgiveness, and there is no forgiveness without love." In other words, she was willing to forgive, but then she did not accept being numbered. She did not want to be wife number one, while another woman was wife number two. This is a cultural and emotional line that many Nigerian women draw. Forgive the betrayal, yes, but accept polygamy, no. A lot of women would forgive their cheating husbands, but what they cannot accept is a second wife. Meanwhile, Yul began posting videos, acting like all was normal, family photos celebrating his beautiful wives, but refusing to let go of Judy Austin or fully going back to May. He wanted to have them both, his loyal wife at home and his new love outside. Some men want to eat their cake and have it, and the question is why? They can't stand losing their loyal first wife's respect, yet they don't want to sacrifice their affair-turned-marriage. May asked for privacy several times. In some interviews and posts, she begged Yul to stop posting about their marriages for the sake of their children, who are already grown and have access to the social media. But Yul kept talking, and Judy Austin added more fuel. They both made videos. There were videos of Judy Austin praising Yul, calling him a great father, telling people to respect him because he takes care of his family and pays his bills. There were videos of both of them dancing, singing. At the same time, Judy also began shading May indirectly, dropping subtle hints in her skits and posts that May was not as innocent as people thought, and that she too, being May, had her own faults. Judy never called May's name directly, but the message was clear. "I'm not the villain, I'm the real woman here, like I'm the one that salvaged her husband from a terrible marriage." Then, in the middle of all these things that were going on, tragedy struck in March of 2023. Yul and May's first son, Kambilichukwu, died suddenly at just 16 years old. Reports said he collapsed while playing football at school. It was a devastating blow. A lot of people blamed or pegged the death on Judy Austin. Talks of juju began to come in. Nobody really knows the truth of this talk, but the timeline of the incident with when Judy came into the family played a role in making people think, okay, that something definitely happened behind closed doors. But in the middle of May's grief, Yul returned to social media, not with a sober tone, but with dancing TikToks and loving videos with Judy Austin, as though nothing has happened. These happened just barely weeks after Kambilichukwu died. The father of the boy came back to social media, dancing and singing with his second wife. Then the final insult came when Yul, later in 2023, declared that despite everything that happened, for the sake of context, 2023 is the year that his first son with his first wife died. And he declared that year the best year of his life. For May, this was the last straw. After losing her son and enduring public humiliation, it was only after Yul made that statement of 2023 being the best year of his life, then and only then did May file for divorce, more than a year after Yul introduced Judy. Before that, I guess she had hoped for peace or at least silence. After Yul's public reveal and May's famed stance against polygamy, many people asked, why didn't Yul just end things with Judy and fix his marriage? Why stick with a second wife who brought so much scandal to his doorstep? First, there's the plain truth: ego and pride. Yul openly asked May to forgive him in one of his Instagram posts. He praised May, calling her the best woman in the world, the mother of his children, and asked for her forgiveness. But May didn't just open her arms and say, welcome home, all is forgiven. She made it clear, forgiveness yes, but no polygamy. She didn't want to be numbered or share her home. For a man like Yul, whose image, pride and career were tied to his household name, this public rejection hurt more than the affair itself. Many men raised in a traditional patriarchal culture believe I'm the head, my word is final. When May didn't submit to the final word, his ego came fighting out. Instead of backing down, he doubled down on Judy. In Nigeria, polygamy is not new. Many men use culture as a shield to justify infidelity turned second marriage. Yul himself once argued online that he was just living like his ancestors. It's a convenient excuse. If my grandfather did it, why can't I? This cultural angle gave him a defense, but it didn't mean he didn't want May. He wanted both women, one for legacy and one for romance. Why Yul's pride fueled the fight? Judy Austin had her own role in keeping him. Judy has been married before and reportedly had children from a previous relationship. In Nigerian society, divorced or single mothers often face stigma. For Judy, Yul was a prize, a famous actor, a public figure, someone who could give her a new social standing. Once she secured him with a child, letting him go was never an option. Psychologically, Judy knew that holding onto Yul made her more relevant than just being another baby mama. She put out videos, skits, praise posts, and even subtle shades to make sure her grip stayed firm. Underneath all this drama is the reality that Yul never fully let go of May. Even after marrying Judy, he kept referring to May as my wife. He posted family photos, talked about my beautiful family, and used their children's birthday as reasons to try to appear united. He wanted the respect that comes with a loyal first wife, but he also wanted the thrill that came with Judy. It's a classic push-pull situation. He didn't want to lose Judy, but deep down, he didn't want to lose May either. On May's side, her refusal to accept polygamy made Yul's ego flare up. In his mind, he had provided, he had asked for forgiveness, but she wasn't bending. This clash between a man's cultural pride and a woman's modern boundaries turned what could have ended quietly into an endless, messy fight. When Yul Edochie first announced his second marriage, millions turned to May to see her reaction. Many thought she would rant, drag Judy, spill family secrets, but May chose silence. In the beginning, May's first response hinted at forgiveness. She asked people to pray for her family. She posted cryptic Bible verses about betrayal. She left her words open-ended. Deep down, it looked like she wanted her husband back, if he chose her and her alone. But when it became crystal clear that Yul wouldn't let go of Judy, May's quiet resolve turned into her biggest weapon. No interviews, no podcasts, no tell-all stories. She simply said, "My faith does not accept polygamy. I will not be numbered." Then she did what many never expected. She filed for divorce. Since 2022, Yul Edochie has never granted a sit-down interview. She never released a YouTube video narrating her side. She never made a live video shading Judy by name. Even when Judy Austin threw indirect jabs or skits or subtle posts, May's page stayed clean. She spoke through actions, legal papers, short captions, branded shoots, and soft rebukes. This silent dignity is what kept her different from the messy drama. Many think May has stayed the same, calm, quiet, prayerful, but the truth is May has changed a lot. At first, she hoped to fix her home. She once used words like, "My home will not be destroyed," but pain kept hitting her from all angles. Her husband flaunting Judy like a trophy, endless public disrespect, losing her son, which is the most painful part of all. This heartbreak hardened her resolve. Step by step, May stopped waiting for Yul to choose. She started choosing herself. She moved from forgive and fix it to never again. One question people keep asking is, why does May still answer Yul Edochie? There are layers here. First, we have brand recognition. May built her name around the identity of a wife and a mother. Changing her name would mean starting over, not just for her but for her kids. She has already built a brand around that name, Yul Edochie. Secondly, there's a quiet power in keeping it. Keeping the name shows you may have disgraced me, but you don't get to erase me, It's a reminder that she's the first wife, the mother of his children, the real matriarch. It's her own silent protest, and I'm sure this riles Judy up anytime she thinks about it. Ironically, May's silence is what keeps drawing attacks. Women like Sarah Martins, Joyce Sikalo, Anita Joseph, people who somehow have stood by Judy or subtly mocked May, see her quiet strength as a threat. When a woman doesn't fight back openly, she leaves no mud for the other side to play with. So they just get louder to bait her, but May never takes the bait. Through all of this, May didn't stand alone. Her followers, the May Nation, have fought her battles online. Without this massive backing, May might have been forced into silence forever, but May Nation gave her a voice without saying a word. Today, May is no longer just Yul Edochie's wife. She's her own brand. She signs endorsement deals, gets invited to big shows, speaks to women groups, runs charity drives. She turned heartbreak into visibility. She turned betrayal into a loyal fan base. And she turned her silence into the loudest clap back. When Yul Edochie broke the internet with his second marriage, many thought his family would step in. A family so respected, so rooted in tradition, surely they would speak, but they didn't. Apart from one person, Rita Edochie, nobody has said anything worth calling a statement. Rita is not Yul's mother. She's married to Yul's uncle. She's family, but not really directly, like not a part of the nuclear family. From day one, Rita drew her line. She stood by May publicly. She posted prayers for May. She shaded Judy directly. She spoke up when no one else did. To this day, Rita is the only voice the world hears, and that voice doesn't carry the family's full weight. Yul's elder brother, Link, is an actor too. Quiet, calm, never really chasing controversy. When May lost her son, Link showed up. He stood by her side at the burial, sat near her, a silent show of respect. It was his way of saying, "We see your pain, you are not alone." But somewhere along the line, that quiet support shifted. When Link got engaged to Yinka Tessian, things changed fast. Yinka went online and dragged May for days. Harsh, sharp words, mocking posts. A woman can't attack like that if she hasn't heard anything at home. So people asked, what did Link tell Yinka Tessian? Did he feel May was overdoing her rising fame? Did he feel she was embarrassing the family by standing too tall? One thing is clear, his silence turned cold, and Yinka's words were not random. She heard something. Beyond Rita, the family's silence has been deafening. No press statement from the father, Pete Edochie, the legendary patriarch, Pete who commands respect on screen, whose words shake tables. Yet on this one matter, he stays silent. No open caution to Yul to respect his wife publicly. No defense for May, even when trolls dragged her. No word from their mother, who is a lawyer. Imagine that. A lawyer who knows a woman's rights, yet has never spoken publicly to defend her son's first wife. To understand this silence, you have to look at the Edochie's name. Pete Edochie is not just an actor, he is the actor. A man whose screen image shaped generations, king, chief, obi. In those roles, the man's word is final. Many believe that's how the family was raised. Men lead, women keep quiet. Pete's wife has always stayed private, invisible in family drama. Rita, who dares to speak, is not Pete's wife, she's an in-law. Maybe that's why she has the freedom to talk. At first, they supported May quietly because they knew their son messed up. They knew public shame was too much to bear alone. But when May rose from the scandal, started bagging endorsements, showing up on billboards, speaking up for herself without saying much, she became a symbol, a woman who won public sympathy, who turned pity into power. And in a deeply patriarchal setup, that's uncomfortable. A wife shouldn't outshine her husband. A wife shouldn't build a stronger brand than the famous Edochie name. So slowly the subtle turning began. She's doing too much. Many ask, why can't Pete Edochie sit his son down and tell him, enough? Why can't he say, respect the first wife who bore you 4 children? Because in families like this, the fear of airing dirty linen publicly outweighs the shame of scandal. Silence keeps the men protected. Silence keeps the legacy intact, at least on the surface. Silence sacrifices the woman who dares to stand alone. So why do Yinka Tessian, Anita Joseph, Joyce Carlo, Sarah Martins, outsiders and insiders keep attacking May? Because May is not fighting back. Because May is standing too tall. Because May has more public love than her husband, his second wife, and the entire family combined. Because a quiet woman who holds her ground is the loudest threat to a system that thrives on controlling her. When you step back and really look at this story, it's so much bigger than one family crisis. It's a mirror for so many hidden truths: ego, betrayal, silence, the burden of tradition, the politics of family, and the strange way private lives can become public entertainment overnight. But if there is one thing that stands out, it's how a woman like May showed that sometimes silence can be power. Many people in her place would have gone online to spill secrets, grant interviews, drag everybody just to prove a point or clear their name. But she didn't. She held her silence. She kept her dignity. She refused to trade her peace for noise. And somehow, that silence rewarded her more than any loud fight could have. Look at her now. New life, new identity, brand deals, a loyal community that trusts her. It wasn't noise that gave her all that. It was quiet strength. To be honest, I'm being sincere here. I don't even know if I could have done the same. I don't know if I could have carried that much pain and not say a word. I think many of us would have gone to the internet to defend ourselves. But that's the lesson. Sometimes the loudest clapback is to say nothing and let time speak for you. Then there is the family. Their silence too. But this is of a different kind. The silence that shields. The silence that protects some truth and buries others. It shows the subtle power plays that happen behind closed doors in many families, especially in places where patriarchy still decides who should speak and who should stay quiet. And then there is us, the public, who watch, talk, argue, pick sides, even when the full story may never be ours to know. But if there is any takeaway, maybe it's this: not every battle needs your words. Not every insult deserves a response. Not every betrayal should break you down publicly. May's story reminds us that grace can be loud too, just in a softer, stronger way. Maybe that's something for us all to think about. What we stand for, what we stay silent about, and what we let go of for our own peace. So whatever side you stand on, May, Judy, Yul, let's all remember that at the end of the day, these are people, and sometimes choosing your peace is louder than any argument.